Pride comes before being destroyed, and a proud spirit comes before a fall. Proverbs 16:18. It is bad for those who are wise in their own eyes, and who think they know a lot. Isaiah 5:21. Do you see a man who is wise in his own eyes? There is more hope for a fool than for him. Proverbs 26:12. Look on everyone who is proud, and bring him down. Crush the sinful where they stand. Job 40:12. Proud, self-important, and one who laughs at the truth are the names of the man who acts without respect and is proud. Proverbs 21:24. You speak sharp words to the proud, the hated ones, because they turn from your word. Psalm 119:21. A proud man starts fights, but all will go well for the man who trusts in the Lord. He who trusts in his own heart is a fool, but he who walks in wisdom will be kept safe. Proverbs 28:25-26. The fear of the Lord is to hate what is sinful. I hate pride, self-love, the way of sin, and lies. Proverbs 8:13. Jesus said to them, "You are the kind of people who make yourselves look good before other people. God knows your heart. What men think is good is hated in the eyes of God." Luke 16:15. If anyone wants to be proud, he should be proud of what the Lord has done. It is not what a man thinks and says of himself that is important. It is what God thinks of him. 2 Corinthians 10:17-18. How can you believe when you are always wanting honor from each other, and yet you do not look for honor that comes from the only God? John 5:44. Jesus sat down and called the followers to him. He said, if anyone wants to be first, he must be last of all. He will be the one to care for all. Mark 9:35. A man's pride will bring him low, but he who is of a humble spirit will obtain honor. Proverbs 29:23. But he gives us more and more grace, power of the Holy Spirit to meet this evil tendency and all other fully. That is why he says God sets himself against the proud and haughty, but gives grace continually to the lowly, those who are humble enough to receive it. James 4:6. Likewise, you younger men, be subject to the elders. Give them the due respect in yielding to their counsel. Clothe, apron yourselves, all of you, with humility, as the garb of a servant, so that its covering cannot possibly be stripped from you, with freedom from pride and arrogance towards one another. For God set himself against the proud, the insolent, the overbearing, disdainful, the boastful, and he opposes, frustrates, and defeats them, but gives grace, favor, blessing to the humble. 1 Peter 5:5-6. Do nothing from factional motives, through continuousness, strife, selfishness, or for unworthy ends, or prompted by conceit and empty arrogance. Instead, in the true spirit of humility, lowliness of mind, let each regarding the others as better than superior to himself. Thinking more highly of one another, you do of yourself. Let each of you esteem and look upon and be concerned for not merely his own interests, but also each for the interests of others. Philippians 2:3-4. Whoever exalts himself without haughtiness and empty pride shall be humbled, brought low, and whoever humbles himself, whoever has a modest opinion of himself and behaves accordingly, shall be raised to honor. Matthew 23:12.